say, like we can, but I delivered a shot he'd be proud of tonight.
Did you ever lose hope of winning the world title? Because so many things seem to have gotten away.
Honestly, James, no, I never once give up hope. I remember speaking to her, Joe coming to see him straight away at the hospital when everything that happened, and I said I'd come back, and I made a promise to myself that I'd come back better than ever, because I realised how close it was for everything being took away from me. And one morning now in training, when I just wake up and I'd want that extra 5 minutes in bed, where I press the snooze button, I jump up out of bed and try and make the most out of everything.
The life's going to change now.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to deliver the big fights, which he always does, and
Big money.
yeah, no, listen, honestly, I come into this sport for two things, like to win a world title, and I just wanted to get my house paid off, and I think we'll do that now.
What is next?
Well, a few beers firstly, but I mean, I want to make sure that Anthony Crolla now sets himself up for life, for his kids, their kids and their kids. And I think the way to do that is to have a huge stadium fight, and probably a domestic fight. Linares really wants to have a unification fight with Anthony Crolla. I know that's a fight Joe likes. Obviously you've got Mitchell fighting Barroso to become the mandatory. Crolla against Mitchell is a stadium fight, massive fight. But I think for Anthony Crolla and for Joe, the answer is the biggest fight possible, to be honest with you. I mean, and I'd like him to get even a defence out in March next year, and then look towards a stadium fight in the summer. I mean, he's so popular, and after last time, the worry is that sometimes a second chance just don't work out for you. And he was so relaxed in the changing room. It was almost like I was a bit worried, because it was like he was too relaxed. Rather than being pumped, he was sort of laughing and joking, and I was thinking, I hope he's not going to let this pass him by. But in answer to your question, I mean, the biggest fight possible, the biggest money fights out there, and the biggest stadium fights possible.
So what stadium is it?
Old Trafford. You always do this to me, Pat, don't you? Go on then, Pat, you can write it. We're going to fill Old Trafford next summer with Andy Crolla. There you go, there's your line. But I think that he's got the ability to do it. He's a true Man United fan. He's got massive support already. But he doesn't realise what's just happened to him tonight. It's not going to sink in. But over the next day, week, month, he's going to start to realise what's happened. And he's going to be like, Manchester's going to go mad for Anthony Crolla. And his next fight is going to be absolutely huge. And he deserves it so much. You know what I mean? Can't wait for him to talk about paying off mortgages. Can't wait to see the new house. Because that is what is rewarding. It's a bit like Jane McDonald. Just watching them go, new house, that's what gives me the buzz. This is fantastic. But now it's about setting up himself, his family, and the generation after that.
That's just it, nail on the head there. Like, my dream is to win that, and now just want to make my family's life a little bit easier and be involved in these big fights. And obviously with the big fights come the big paydays.
It must have been really tough for your family last year, Anthony, with everything that happened around about last Christmas. But I guess now you can go and have a really nice time with your family and celebrate being world champion.
Yeah, I'm going to ring my mum. Well, someone would have rang her by now to ring my mum to tell her that I'm world champion, because she won't watch it. But it's been a tough year for us all, really, and it's I'm so thankful to have the family that I do and the friends around me that I do. They've helped get me through it, and I'm glad that I can reward them with this world title.
Can we have a quick word on the support out there, because they're always incredible for you, aren't they?
It's unbelievable. Like, my little brother, he's 17, and he tells me before I go out, and they're singing your name. And one of the lads from the gym on the Smith, he said, "This is all for you," and it's mad to do. Honestly, I have to pinch myself and think, walking down the corridor, I could hear them all singing, and it's like, it wasn't that long ago I was there paying, for a ticket to watch some of the names you just mentioned, you Ricky Hatton, and other fighters there.
It took a while for you to watch the other video. This one will be a lot easier, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. I've not started it yet for the finish yet, but I'll probably watch it a bit now when I get in.
You dedicated the fight at the end to somebody.
Yeah.
It's very well.
Yeah, it's a young lad, James Barrett, God bless him. he was a big fan of ours. I went and saw him a few months back, and then he was going to come to the fight tonight. He was saying how he couldn't wait for it, but he lost his battle with cancer. He took a turn for the worst, and he couldn't be here tonight. But all his family was here, and that's why I dedicated the fight to him.
Joe, you spoke to me about your nerves the first time around in the first fight against Perez, and you were saying that you had 2 fighters on the bill that night, and you could always rely on one of them. You said you're proud of that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was really nervous going into this one as well. Sometimes you think last time I heard people saying he had his moment, has that just gone? And we all expected a better Perez. It was a better Perez. He came, looked stronger. But listen, Anthony sat in the pocket, hit that body. We hurt him with a body shot the round previous to that.
Yeah,
and I said to Anthony, if we get the opportunity, I'll hit that body. We're taking the legs away from him here. And I was just a little bit worried that he was going to get a bit marked up a bit too early. But listen, what a success story for UK sport this year. In the space of 12 months, his career finished. Didn't think he'd ever box again. And here he is in the world title. That is one of the success stories of 2015 in UK sport, not just in boxing, but in UK sport. I know championed the Smiths course for the BBC, Teen Sports Best. But Anthony Crolla should be up there, at least a nomination for Sports Personality of the Year 2015, with what he's done and what he's been through. It's a fantastic story, and I can't be so much prouder of him and everything he's been through and he's come through. I could sit here talking all night, but I'm just so proud so, listen, it's fantastic.
Andy, what about maybe Terry Flanagan? You went to school together.
Yeah.
You both were lightweight champions.
Yeah, we could have it on the school field, couldn't we? It's, no, Terry.
You never fought him in the school play?
No, Terry was a few years younger than me, and but listen, Terry's a great lad. Like I say, I've got a lot of respect for him, his team. Listen, if it happens, if that's the fight put forward, I don't mind. We've sort of said if it made business sense, it'd happen. If it makes business sense, then it can happen.
And when you landed the shot, could you tell you weren't going to go back up?
I knew when I'd landed it, was hurt, and we were just seeing them. It was like counting 6, and he's not going to get up here, you know. And I was just. It was yeah, it's the sweetest body shot I think I've threw.
How much of a motivation was the first fight, or was it something that you tried to keep in the back of your mind and not like, get it too much?
In training camp, it was a massive motivation. I couldn't get out of my head. Honestly, that's all I could think about from morning. Every morning I wake up, it sounds cheesy, every morning I wake up, the last thing before bed, it's all about winning this school title and putting that first fight right, because the disappointment of the first fight. But listen, like you say, it drove me massively to achieve that.
Do you feel the wrong is now being right? I know you were too nice to say you'd been wrong last time.
Yeah.
But we said,
Yeah, it's like you say, it's just one of those things, one of those decisions in boxing that happens. But it makes it all the sweeter now being world champion.
How does fighting the world champion sound to you?
It sounds mad. You don't mean with away fans, do you?
You won't have to bump in.
No. I'll listen. That's something on a whole new level. Like it's if it ever happened, then it'd be a bit surreal. But for now, like you say, I've just been happy fighting in that arena. Like the arena I grew up going to watch the fighters who we mentioned already. So I'll just fight wherever they send me. I'll fight.
How big of an influence has Joe been on your career? You mentioned a bit
Joe?
about how he changed it.
Honestly, he turned my career around. Joe, I say it now, Joe gets a lot of stick off people, but all he cares about is his fighters, and that's why. I mean, he took me on when a lot of people have given up on me, and there's people out there who paid to watch me tonight who didn't think I was going to do anything, and they've changed their opinions. He's worked hard with me. I think I've done nearly everything I've asked you, Joe, and I've got massive thanks to this man for doing it for me. He's like he's turned my career around, which has changed my life now.
Was there a time when you thought you were giving up when you lost the Matthew, you lost the prize fight?
There was after prize fight, I had the Kim Farrell fight. I thought if I lose that, it's going to be a tough road back. it's I love the sport, so I never want to say it, give up, but I was thinking I'll start work on a Monday morning if I would have lost that, so it's it was really tough, like with everything that happened. It was that sort of overshadowed everything, which was a good fight, but it's been a mad ride. Like say that night I was fighting for my career in a nice cold bloody warehouse, and now I've just won a world title in the Manchester Arena. Yeah.
Joe Ennis spoke about unification fights and stadium fights, what would you like next one?
It's Jorge Linares, that's the one. Everyone knows him over here, the Wolf, Kevin Mitchell. That's what I'd love, to get Linares over here in Manchester in that arena, WBA, WBC. That's the fight I want. If you can't make Linares in the meantime, well, we'll just have a celebration coming out, first defence, and then we'll have the unification and make a bit of money. Not only that though, I think Manchester tonight now also a bit of history. We've got 3 world champions. I know people say Scott Quiggs from Bury to take in. It's the first time Manchester has 2 world champions. 2 world champions then at one time. Terry Flanagan and Anthony Crolla. That's a fantastic achievement. We talk about the golden era of Gomez, Brody, Thompson, Hatton. This is the golden era. We've got Tyson Fury next week, beats Klitschko. Amir Khan does something next year. Absolutely booming Manchester at the moment, and all the young kids coming through. It's just a fantastic time, and just enjoy it. The big Manchester United are back again.
Joe, Callum Anderson was back in the gym on Monday after his fight. Beefy was back in on the Wednesday. When's he back in? He's having Christmas off, isn't he?
Well, I don't know. Eddie's got a date January the 30th, so
if it's up to Joe, he'll be boxing on the Klitschko card.
no, listen, he can go off. We changed things in training camp. I didn't want to stress him too much. He knew the pressure that was on him. He didn't need to tell him, and I was just more laid back. I heard a few people saying Anthony thinks we've got to bollock him now. He's waiting for the bollocking, and he never came. And listen, I have to be Mr. Nice, a bit more future in training if he's got to perform like that. But it's a fantastic night. I'm so proud for him, his family, his missus, his young child, and I want to give a best special thanks to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, who's done an absolutely brilliant job getting a rematch with the WBA and then delivering somebody's dream tonight. And I want to thank you very much, Eddie.
Will you have a couple of beers tonight then?
Drink Manchester Dry tonight, that's what I'm doing.
Got past his drug test first.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I think Johnny Nelson would just like to say.
Yeah, Johnny, I think you picked Perez.
Thank you.
Thank God I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, thanks, yeah. Opinions, that's...
Well done, Joe. Well
Thank
done.
you, Johnny.
3 world champions in one gym.
That's right, mate. 3 world
I
champions.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for me, that did equal his Kawasaki record of Enzo. Well, anyways, we all know it.
Eddie, just a general point, that's like 10 world champions for Britain as well. It's never been as good as this.
No, I mean, also a special mention to Martin Murray tonight. I think it was everybody had it like a round either way. You know, it's a very close fight, but obviously you've got to win well in Germany. But I really think he can come again, Martin Murray over here. You know, like he's moved up to super middle, but it's a golden time, and life, sport, business is all about momentum, and that's what we've got in British boxing. So every time someone challenges for a world title, they really fancy, you know, doing it. And I think we're getting more and more opportunities. I think because well, for us anyway, the gates are growing all the time, and the live gates and live revenues are growing. We're able to invest and bring over these fighters. So, like, we've brought Perez over twice. The first time was expensive, this time was a bloody fortune. But it don't matter because it's all worth it, and we're going to have a great night tonight. And we've had a great night. So these are the memories, and it's not about the money. It's about creating these memories and these opportunities. We can make the money after. Now we've got it. But I just think that, you know, we've got so many other great fighters who are going to be challenging for world titles, you know, and I always forget some, but, you know, off the top of my head, you've got Callum Smith, you know, who looks like he's ready to challenge for world titles. You know, you've got Anthony Joshua, you've got Stephen Smith's going to fight for a world title in February. I mean, there's so many to talk about on the verge of fighting for world titles. So it's 10 now, is it? 10? Double figures for Britain and world champions in boxing. It's phenomenal. And I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and more and more and more, because we're going to create more and more opportunities. The international market is changing. Britain has become a place where you can get your payday, whereas in the past you had to travel to get your payday. But now Britain has become a place. So you basically, you either go to America or you come to Britain for your payday. And in certain weights, lightweight in particular, Britain is the place to get your payday.
Eddie, you said before the fight that Manchester's been spoiled a bit in recent years with all these great fights. Surely you're going to have to do a few more now, aren't you?
Well, we are. I mean, look, you know, we had July the 18th, we were here with a big night with, you know, the first fight, and obviously Quigg against Martinez. We come back here again, you know, and not just us promoting. I mean, you know, Warren's done some shows here as well. We've got Andy Lee against Billy Joe Saunders in December. We've just gone on sale with Quigg against Frampton, sold out in about 1.5 minutes. That's on February the 27th. So the right sort of time to return after that is probably April, and that will probably sit well with Anthony Crolla time he spends Christmas in the Maldives. Probably, yeah. Probably yes. To be honest with you.
Listen, the Rolex answer, the Rolex is coming now, son.
Marvellous. Is there any chance you prefer stainless steel to rose gold? All these other, so I don't mind stainless steel.
Little kick back there, son. 2 for the price of 1, I love one there.
You'll probably want one, aren't you?
You keep lining them up, I keep giving you them real silence.
But thanks for the support, guys. Honestly, no one deserves it more than Anthony Crolla. It's a wonderful story.
Oh, thank you.
Hey Fight fans, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.